welcome to Clappia. In this video, we will learn how to use the multi-line text block that is available in Clappia. The multi-line text block is used to capture text that has multiple lines or sentences. Let's take a look at an example to understand how to use this better. So over here, I have already made an application earlier where I visit a customer and then capture certain details about them. In this application, now I would like to add the customer's address as well as some requirements that they might have. Let's see how to do this. The first thing we do is click on the design app of the application where you can see all the earlier fields. Now we click on add field and then we click on the multi-line text block. This block can be configured on the right hand panel that has appeared over here. We have two options to configure, basic and advanced. So let's see how to do that. I mentioned that I want to capture a customer's address, so I will give that as a label name for a header. Then we have something called as description. It is usually a self-explanation of what a user has to input in the field, so I can put in current address of customer. We also have placeholder option where you can give an example of what the person needs to put in. So say for example, I will be putting in Karnataka, India. Now we have required. So say for example, when a person is filling in this particular application, you do not want them to miss out in filling in this particular field's details. So you can mark this option as enabled. We click on save. Now I also mentioned that I want to capture customers' requirements. So now we click on add field, click on the multi-line text, and in the label name, I will mention customer requirements. Click on save. Now let's see how to use the advanced options. You can see that there is something called as display this field if. If you have used Excel before, I'm sure you would come across that you can use logic and conditions like if, else, or, and, etc. Same thing can be done in Clappia as well. We share the same syntax, the same library. So what you do in Excel, it can be done in Clappia as well. The only difference is in place of cell numbers, we have the concept of variable names, which you can find at the top of every field in brackets. Now over here, if the person has made more than 0 visits, so 1 or greater visits to the customer, then only would you like the customer requirements field to show up in your application. So you can implement this logic in this particular field over here. So to get the variable name, you can type in @ number of visit, and the moment I have typed it in, you can see that it has populated. So I can click on it, greater than 0. The basic calculation that you do in Excel can be done here as well. Now we have allow value to be changed after initial submission. Now after any submission has been done and you do not want anybody to make any changes later on, you can mark this option as disabled. Click on save. Now let's see how this application works with the multi-line text block. We go to app home and now we have a ready-made application. I'll be just filling in some random details over here in the beginning. Now over here in customer's address, you can see there's an asterisk mark because if we submit this particular application, you can see that there is an error message because we have made this particular field mandatory to fill in. And you can also see that the placeholder has been mentioned as well as the description that we filled in earlier. So now I will be putting in a multiple sentence for this address, which is why we use the multi-line text box. You can make it one after the other. The basic difference between a single line and a multi-line is over here, this is the single line where you can only put in single line text. Multiple lines has multiple line texts. That's the only difference. Now you have number of visits made. If you have noticed, the customer requirements field has not been shown up over here. That is because we have given the condition that only if a visit has been made 1 or greater, then only should the field be shown up. So now if I click on 0, nothing shows. If I type in 1, the field appears. So now I can fill in the details for this. Click on submit. You can view all your submissions under the Submissions tab. When you click on a particular submission, you can get a right-hand panel that shows all the information. Now when I click on this requirements field, you can see that I cannot make any changes over here. That is because we have configured it as so. Now if you want to download any submission, you can click on the submission and then click on the download option over here, or you can download every submission that has been put over here. Once you click on the download option, it downloads as an Excel sheet. If you have any queries in configuring this particular multi-line text block or any features in general in Clappia, you can always request support by clicking on the option over here, or you can email us directly to support@clappia.com and we will be happy to assist you. Thank you.